Hello everyone. God, I'm gonna take my sound on a little bit. So Rosetta is officially spoiled. Everything is spoiled, and with that, obviously, comes a new Florian list. Um, this list is definitely not a final build. I probably won't release the final build, at least until I play like a tournament with it. Or I'll just nick uh, some other build, like after the Calling Leon, I might nick a build off of it. But yeah, Rosetta spoiled. I felt like good. Most of the room blades also look really good. I definitely think that Viscera and Vincent look very, very nice. Viscera looks really good, especially with the new headpiece. Visit just looks really good with all of the like malefic incantations and stuff. So we have some new players in Roomblade that look kind of decent. We're still missing a couple cards to really make him great, because it does need to run a lot of two blocks, which you don't want in a deck where you need the setup, right? Like I feel like Lightning got more free blocks than Earth did. Earth still doesn't really have a lot of free block Earth cards, which is very annoying when you don't even have that easy of a way to create embodiment of Earth tokens. Because that's one problem that I feel like if we had an easy like Briar had, then this deck would be a lot better. I obviously understand that you can't really say that like, oh, on hit embodiment of Earth for everything. That would be kind of insane, to be honest. So yeah, the list right now it needs working on. Like you need to work on it a bit. You need to let it marinate a bit. Figure out all of the ratios. Right now it's 21 blues. Uh, maybe less Earth cards and run more Runeblade cards. To just go for like that super super late game, right? Like just block and just like kind of pick your battles, pick your hands when you can actually go in and when you can't. Um, so yeah, so we'll start with the equipment, obviously. Still Reaping Blade. I don't think you have any reason to run the new weapon. Reaping Blade would essentially be relief because you just pitch to grasp and then you go Reaping Blade. So it would be the same thing. The only thing bad about it is that you can't gain life, which right now I'm not playing I think any life gain in the list. Um, so yeah, the only new additions here, and we've taken out the tunic because I realized when I tested this list before that you didn't really use the tunic resource because you don't really want to cash in tunic for Reaping Blade anyways, and you usually have pitch over, so tunic was not really great. Maybe if we're starting to run in pummels, tunic's gonna go back in probably. But new additions is just the new chest piece. In my opinion, it doesn't look that great because you need to decompose twice in order to get it. So in aggro matchups, it's already gonna be hard to get, right? Because when you want to decompose twice, that's essentially saying two attacks. So you need to have blocked with and attacks twice, or you need to block with three earth cards and attacked once to get two cards of them and then get another one. So that's kind of awkward, if we're honest here. That's kind of awkward. And we didn't get anything that really helps with the decompose faster, so the deck becomes very slow. Because we still have nothing to help with decompose. We got like one good new decompose card. The rest look really bad and they're two blocks. In a hero where you need setup, right? Because you're not going to be able to get that setup if you aren't running your free blocks to be able to hold your life total higher, which is what you want to do. Then we have Face Purgatory. Like you're not running this against aggro. You can run it into KO, sure, but you're not running it into like which probably is dead now or looking at least very bad after the bans. But you're not running this into like an Ozilio, into an Aurora. You're not gonna be running this here. Why? Because you need to defend with two cards as well. So usually you're gonna be defending for 7 or for 8, and then they discard a card. So you're not gonna be getting a lot of value out of it in aggro matchups where they're not coming in for more than 5 or 6. Like they're not coming in for more than a C and C. Maybe you can get value on an E strike for 7 if they have an off turn, and you can get rid of their arsenal, right? You can get rid of their arsenal target. Maybe that can work then. Um, yeah. Then balance of justice. I'm gonna test it out first. Like I feel like it can still hold a good place in the deck. Because I think that you will probably just want and that's it. Like if KO is good, you should probably still run this. Or just brutes in general. You should probably still run this. So it's still very fine. But yeah, that's all the changes. We're still running AB3. We unfortunately did not get anything more to help us with the Kano matchup that they can. So that's a bit annoying. Well, anyways, on to the list. Now, actually, first I want to show the amount of Earth cards. So we're playing 30 Room Blade cards, 30 Earth cards. 50-50 split. Again, this is without like anything added. Like I haven't made sideboards. I haven't thought about any of that. I've just wanted to get out a list that could show how Florian would look. This needs a lot of work still, and I know it does, which it should be. So before Arcane Seeds, Cadaverous Tilling, Felling, Malefic Incantation, Root on Carapace, Runeblood Incantation, Splintering Deadwood, Swarming Gloomveil, Autumn's Touch, and Dread Triptych. They obviously Germinate, Mauve Skies, and then Seeds and Tomes. Obviously, I feel like these are your kind of core cards. Maybe not the Cadaverous Tilling, but I don't really see any better Earth Decompose. And now we can at least play 12 Decompose cards, so it's a bit better, but it is a bit better, which will help you get your at least your 4 Earth cards a lot quicker. Because what you probably are going to want to do is you're going to want to do 3-3-2 or 2-3-3, so that you spend 3 decomposes in order to get your hero ability. If you can't do that, the game is gonna be very rough. But yeah, so we're playing Arcane Seeds live, obviously. Uh, at the worst, it's a 0 for free with Go again, because you get 2 rune shots and you gain 1 life. Other late game, it's a 0 for 5. Very good. We have the new edition of Haunting Rendition. I think this card looks kind of good. If like you can block with it, which is just a 0 for 4 block card, kind of nice. And then you can also either 1 or 2 rune shots. So late game, you're still getting your 0 for 4 because you create a rune shot, right? And this can help in the wizard matchup to prevent more damage. This can help just getting you more rune shots so that you can do more things, get more arcane in. So this can help you push some damage as well. Then we go on to Malefic Incantation and Runeblood Incantation. Again, they're just good cards that help you get rune shots. So late game, they're insane. Early game, they're a bit worse. You might want to get these out for some free blocks, because as you can see, this is a 2 block, this is a 2 block, this is a 2 block. But what I did was I tried to run as many free blocks as possible. And so I only run 12 2 blocks. So I'm not even running a lot of non-attack actions, because running non-attack actions, and so we don't want to do that. because running 2 blocks is very scary when you want to block out and when you want to get your ability online. We're playing. I want to test this card out. I want to test out Snuff out. It looks fine, right? Like, sure, you have to destroy an aura and then they discard a card, which is kind of awkward. I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of awkward that you need to destroy an aura. But for example, if you have like the difference between like one rune chant and them discarding a card is just so in favor for you. Like it's still very good that you just make them discard a card, right? So that is something that I'm definitely looking at playing, especially with the amount of rune chant generation that you will have later on in the game, uh, with Germinate, which is again right now how I think the deck. I have Splintering Deadwood still. Very nice. You can destroy your auras to gain 2 late game. Otherwise, it's a free for 7, but it's more importantly just a free block if you're drawing it, if you're getting this in the early game before you have your ability online. Then we have Swarming Gloomville. Swarming Gloomville is very nice. It can help you to go a bit wider on certain turns because you can pitch into grass, either go for either free go again or 4 when you have your ability online into something else. So Gloomvale helps you go a bit wider, which this deck definitely struggles with. So I think this card is necessary, especially in the Enig sorry, especially in the Enigma matchup. This will be very, very good. Then we have Autumn Touch because we need Earth free blocks. This is the only reason. We don't so that's why we need to play Autumn Touch. Then we have Plow Under. We get some Arsenal control. I think you should still be running CNC in this list. I don't really know. Again, haven't really thought about sideboard. I just thought about like a core 60 that looks solid. But yeah, this is fine. Uh, Again, the problem here is you need 2 decompose to turn on both of these cards. To turn on both of them, and otherwise they are very bad. So you're mostly gonna be blocking with these if you're drawing them early game, because they look very bad otherwise. Succumb to Temptation. Now, this is a card that I'm a bit flipping on, if we want to play it. I think we can play it because we are playing a bunch of Runeblade attacks. Right? 9, 12. We're playing 12 Runeblade attacks. And so I'm thinking that is fine playing. Maybe not a 3 of it, but I think you want to be playing it because it gives you hand disruption, which is very, very important. I feel like hand disruption will be very, very important for this deck so that you can stall the game out longer, drag the game out longer. Maybe are gonna start to play meet and greet in this deck just because that you can throw in a lot of arcane and gain go again into swarming to maybe make more use of Succumb to Temptation because all of the decompose cards are just earth cards, and so like you get this kind of dichotomy that you don't really want. Dread Triptych still uh, on hit rune chant. It can very sad. It's basically the only reason we're playing it. It's a blue free block that can give you rune chance and you can give it going over most guys. Because I think most guys is a card that you still want to run um, because you have your snuff out, you have your splintering deadwoods and stuff. Even though it is a 2 block, which is kind of not nice. Germinate, still just an insane card. This is the card that we're playing for. When you get your Germinate off and you can get 5 or 6, it's insane. Like at that point, the card just becomes insane. Gaining either 10 or 12 rune chance. You can even sometimes pick 14 if you want. and that's fine. That's insane, right? And then you also gain the life on top of it. Just very, very good. You don't really need to play more blues for it to work in the deck as well. This was also a reason to run Tunic. You can pitch 3 blues and still have an arsenal, if that's the case. Machinations of Dominion, the new Runeblade, a new Runeblade Majestic. So it gets overpower, and player created an aura, you get go again, which is very nice. But it's on a Runeblade attack action card, which is something that you need to be wary of. Again, with 6 cards that give go again to our Runeblade, we have 12 cards that we can use it on. So this might not be good. But it's a free block and it's a blue, so it's fine to play, in my opinion. For now, at least. I need to test with this. I need to test this, obviously. I'm gonna be taking a lot of notes, seeing what works and what doesn't, because I feel like a lot of things won't work. Um, yeah, then we have Seeds of Tomorrow and Tome of Harvest. These are keeping you from an arsenal, but for example, playing Tome of Harvest is very good because you don't have an arsenal, and then you can get an arsenal. Same thing, Seeds, you can play Seeds, and then the turn afterwards you can go Plow Under. Very nice. The only problem is you don't want to draw two of each in a hand because that's obviously very, very clunky. Going on to the inventory or the quote unquote sideboard that I haven't created yet. I've just picked good generics and Sonata Galaxia because I think if we're playing Sonata Galaxia we can, and it's nice. You know, like if you draw Sonata Galaxia later you can just get these out very, very easily, very, very efficient. Oh, sorry. Which kind of the goal there. But otherwise, yeah, just good. I think you're playing. I think this deck might want to just play E Strike and Weakest Link. I don't know about CNC because we already have Plounder. But you're definitely playing E Strike and Weakest Link in this deck, I feel, because E Strike can go 5 go again into something. I think you can just play it, and it should be very good into Auxilio. I've seen some people think that Zen is still good. I am not a believer in Zen right now. Like maybe he can be good, but I think he's lot more flippy now than he was before. And then CNC is just CNC. Like it's just good, right? Like it's just good. So that's the inventory. Now we have a lot of maybe work. Right, what's the okay, 20 minutes. So I'll try and keep this short. I'll try and keep this short. I just go through everything. Okay, so uh, this is just on rate if you decompose, which is kind of not nice. I mean, this is even 1 point above rate, right? Like, it's not that good. This is not that good. You can play like a Bramble Sparkster, the Wildwood list, which could be interesting. But I feel like you would need more go again for that. Fertile Ground, if we want to be a bit more defensive, you can play this card. Again, Meet and Greet should work. It's a free block, and so this could work. Actually, if the other Room Blade get too strong, or for the Mirror, you can destroy a rune, an aura, and then you can get 2 back because you're creating a rune chant. So you're actually creating 2. Mordred Tide, I don't think we need because we already have Mordred Tide on the stick. Summer's Fall, I just don't think so. Like, you're putting an aura they control, like your opponent. Wait, if you do put up to 1. I mean, yeah, but we don't really have auras that we want to, except for maybe like Runeblood. Like, put that on the bottom and then get it back some other turn, which is kind of nice if it has no counters. But still, don't think so. Also, it's a 2 block, so it's very awkward. Summerwood Shelter is a maybe, like, it's a mini sink, but it doesn't really help us. Maybe Yellow Cadavers, I don't think so, though it looks not the best. Room Blood Barrier, if you want to, like, stack rune shot and then say, try me. Try get through my damage, right? Sublime Life, if we would go for like a sigil, more fatigue style, you could be like sigil with fertile grounds, and maybe that could work. Amp the Arc Knight in blue because you very easily either get it for a 1 for 4 or a 0 for 4, which is kind of nice. I'm not playing Earth Form anymore because I don't think you need to now. I think we have better things to play to block, and so I don't really like it. Earth's Embrace, though. This is a card that I'm definitely looking at, may potentially playing. Because as long as you decompose, it stays, and you'll either create 1 or 2 embodiments of it. So even though it's a 2 block, you get a lot. The only problem is it does require some setup the turn you want it to be annoying. Then you have last ditch effort, because if we're gonna try to fatigue people and we both will run out of deck, then this is pretty good. This runs on me. Don't think it. Don't think you want to play this anymore. I don't think this is a card that needs to be played. And then Warmongers, because we aren't really playing a lot of non-attacks, and so we can play. And then Well Grounded, because it's an Earth, because again, it's an Earth equipment. So actually playing Earth equipment, you can get Decompose on a lot easier. Yeah, so here we have the split 27-24, which is kind of good for Rune Blade, right? Like it's a good Rune Blade split. Uh, It's kind of what you want. So, I mean, that's the deck. Um, it, I thought that we were gonna get a lot more Earth free blocks than we did, but apparently Lightning just got a bunch of free blocks. So that's interesting. We don't really have any a lot of need for the embodiment of Earths as it looks right now. Like you can still take them and be fine with it, especially when you get 2 of them. But yeah, it's like if it were a slower meta, this could definitely work. Even into like an aggro victor list, this could definitely be working very well. Especially with like Faceberg, it could work incredibly well to disrupt even a pummel turn. Right, like I would be fine overblocking on a CNC if I can make the read that they have pummel in hand and stuff. Uh, and so yeah, that's now definitely gonna make changes to it. Like this is not the final build; it shouldn't be. This is just what I was like. Okay, yeah. So I want to try, see how it looks, and test this, and then we'll go from there. Because I think it will take some time to figure out how you want to do this. How the ratio between Earth and Runeblade cards, I think that will take some time, but I manage it somehow. So yeah. Oh wow, I just noticed I'm so far back this time. Wow. Yeah, that's the video. That is the deck tech for what I'm gonna be testing out. I won't make another video on Florian because I need to play the deck first, and I kind of want to keep my list at least for a while. Like if I play an event with it, I'll make a deck tech on it, obviously, but not anymore. Yeah, maybe I will make some other videos on it, maybe like gameplay videos. That could happen. Um, but yeah, that is how Florian looks right now, at least according to me. I could be wrong, and I would accept that. So that's that. Thank you for watching. I would tell you all to like and subscribe, but uh, if you watched the video up until now, I would imagine you would already done so maybe. So have a good one, and I will see you all later. But as always, if you disagree, just put it in the comments. Just tell me, and we can improve together. Thank you.